Well, thank you very much indeed. Hello and welcome to Friday Night with Jonathan Ross. And I think congratulations are in order. Big congratulations to Britney Spears. She's been married for all of 4 days now. And they said it wouldn't last, eh? It was a magical scene as they left the church, apparently. There was the family throwing confetti or even confetti. And 2 lines of divorce lawyers showering them with business cards. Did you see the pictures of the wedding? Did you see how they were dressed for it? Everyone there wearing tracksuits. The guys all had pimps written on the back. That's classy. It's got to be about the trashiest wedding ever. Unless, of course, Christina Aguilera marries Abby Chitmus. And nothing Abby hasn't thought about it. Come to that, nothing I haven't thought about it. Talking of weddings, may I introduce some men who've all been known to shed a tear during a good long service. It is my house band. Another one, eh? We've got a list of them. 4 puffs and a piano, ladies and gentlemen.
Your kisses lift me higher, like the sweet song of a choir. You light my morning sky, burning love, burning love. Honka, honka, burning love. Honka, honka, burning love.
Oh, it's lovely. Lovely, 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 lovely. You can't beat the king. Let's have a look at Grim. My first guests are a couple of shop girls. I know you're underwhelmed, but admittedly, those shops are Howard's and Harvey Nichols. It's Trinny and Susanna. Good evening, lovely ladies.
Hello,
thank you for coming on the show. Let's have a quick look at your outfits. Wow, can I just say you look rubbish? Just so you know how it feels, that's all. My next guest is one of the hottest young British actors around, currently starring in the new romantic comedy at Wimbledon. It's Mr. Paul Bettany. Good evening, Paul. Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! I don't even know who that other bloke is. Paul's brought a mate with him. Paul starred with Russell Crowe in A Beautiful Mind, a terrific film. He also starred with him in Master and Commander. And Russell even makes a cameo appearance in Wimbledon as Martina Navratilova. My next guest is a legendary actress and singer. It is the fabulous Cybill Shepherd, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to you, lovely Cybill. Cybill is not just a goddess of TV and film with an amazing singing voice. She's also been linked with some of the sexiest men in the world, and all of it in preparation for this evening. And you know what? If we have time this evening, we might have a bit of music on the show as well. From the one and only Robbie Williams. Join us.
Thank you.
Well, calm down. You haven't heard him yet. He might be useless tonight. Are you all right, Robbie? How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you, Jonathan. Lovely to be here. Nice to see you.
What a green room that is. We've got the best of the entertainment world in there. From Hollywood, we have Cybill Shepherd. From the world of fashion, we've got Trinny and Susanna. From film, Paul Bettany. And, of course, from Boy's Own, Robbie Williams. What a fabulous...
Nice to see you. It's lovely to be here.
I'm joking, of course. We all know you actually Sporty Spice. It's a different thing.
At one point.
You know, it's been revealed this week that the best time to pull a member of the opposite sex is 10:48 p.m. That was in the newspapers this week. And interestingly, fellas, the best time to pull a member of the same sex is before they lock the park. So you might want to... I don't know what that means. But 10:48 p.m. is the time, apparently, according to a survey, that most people cop off, OK? Presumably, 7:33 a.m. is the time most people wake up thinking, oh, what's that? How'd that get in here? But it's Friday night, and it's coming up to 10:48. So any men watching at home now, it's now or never. Prepare to pitch some woo. And I'll tell you what, I'll even warm up for you. There you go. I'll put it to the boil, up to you to pop in the pasta. Let's get our first guest out, ladies and gentlemen. You've seen them on the television. They've had a hit book to their name as well. I'm delighted they're on the programme. Will you please welcome Trinny and indeed Susanna.
Gonna dress you up in my love, all over your body, down to your toes. Gonna dress you up in my love.
How are you? You do look very glamorous. I was joking there. Hello, Susanna. Come and sit down and relax and enjoy yourselves and just get comfy. This is Trinny, ladies and gentlemen. This is Susanna. Just in case you're confused, which you're probably not, because they are all over the place on TV and in coffee adverts and books and everything. I was joking earlier about your clothes, because obviously you do pass judgment on others. And I think everyone likes the idea of seeing you put in your place.
And usually with very good reason.
Do you think so?
Yeah, we mess it up the whole time.
Do you? Do you wear bad clothes sometimes?
Yep, definitely.
But this evening you look good.
We took hours.
Did you?
We've made a huge effort.
The other guests on the show this evening, you've been in there with them. What do you think of their outfits? Do they compliment? Do they show off their physique and their personality the very best? We have them on the screen there. Do you think they've done themselves justice this evening?
Robbie likes to show a bit of hair under his vest.
A little bit of chest hair?
Yeah. Robbie, are you proud of your chest hair, darling?
Well, I'm not proud of it.
You're not proud of it? It doesn't look like it, darling.
It's just there. I can't do much about it.
Is that a new
But
tattoo?
I've tried taking it off, but it get all zitty. I don't know, is this bad?
I think that's...
it's your trademark.
As a rule of thumb, point of thumb, indicate. Is this bad or good?
It's just you,
It's you. The thing is, you're too sexy to make it look bad, Robbie.
Thanks.
You're just...
And can I just say as well, your nipples are looking fantastic. Jonathan.
No, I think we know exactly what you're talking about.
Thank you.
Mr. Bettany, Paul Bettany, who's kind of looks quite loose, quite casual.
Well, he's not actually. It's quite a sharp suit.
Yeah.
I always thought he was a bit more of a lad, but he looks kind of quite sort of old school English and that.
Yeah.
He does, doesn't he?
You're quite hardcore, I think.
And does it suit him?
Yeah, he's kind of... It's rare for a man with red hair to look as good as that.
Strawberry blonde, you really
Be
Sorry,
careful
darling.
there, because, you know, that's delicate ground.
I tell you, that screen doesn't do it justice.
No,
it
it's
doesn't.
very
It's a
good
bit
colours
orangey.
for him.
Do you think he should do something about not having any eyebrows?
It is a bit...
And I'm speaking as a friend. But there's nothing there.
No, give him some of yours.
And Cybill, we can't leave Cybill out. Did she look glam? Does she look how you expect her to look?
Cybill, get down to the shoes now.
let's
Show
see
us
the
the
shoes.
shoes.
Oh,
what
my...
are those? What are those?
She looks like
Hiking
she's-
boots. Hiking boots. What is she wearing? Hiking boots. You do. It's
Cybill,
like
why?
here.
Cybill, why? Tell us.
Because I never know when I'm gonna have to climb a mountain or a man.
I think they all do look lovely. They've all made the effort.
do,
But it
they
kind of
have.
must be... Do people feel that when you meet them, are they worried that you're passing judgment on them, do you think?
Yeah, I think they are. Definitely.
And do you do anything to put them at ease, or do you actually say, no, you look great, or what do you
It
do?
depends. Sometimes Susanna's a bit more forthright than me. If we're in a shop, we're top shop, shopping on a Saturday, and girls come up and say, Trinny, shall I wear this? Shall I buy it? So I'll say, do you want my honest opinion? And they'll say yes. And I'll say, it looks like a piece of shit. Or I'll say, it looks good.
Yeah, but when people say they want your honest opinion,
Yeah.
it still doesn't mean they want your honest opinion.
No, it doesn't. But then I'm still going to give it.
Yeah, because everyone thinks they want the honest opinion, but
No,
what
but
that means
that's
is
so
I want
true.
you to say I'm fabulous, and then
Yes.
pretend it was the truth.
Yes.
Do you know what? I don't actually agree with that, Jonathan.
Don't you?
No,
Really?
I
With
think
us not.
when people ask us, they know what they're going to get.
Yeah.
They know they're going to get it straight up.
Sometimes I think maybe you overstep the mark.
When?
Okay, how?
In the new series, I've seen a clip where this
Yeah.
poor woman is actually reduced to tears.
She is.
Right, and do you not think that's unnecessary?
It was relevant. It needed to be.
God,
Do
you're
you
a
know
hard
what?
bitch, aren't you?
I'm not a
Jesus,
hard
that's-
nasty.
It
Jonathan,
so needed to be.
the best medicine always tastes horrific. And that woman will never make those mistakes again. She will go to bed dreaming of Trinny and I, pulling off her knickers, shouting at her.
Hello.
She will never make those mistakes again.
I've had that dream. This is from the new series, which starts next Wednesday, I believe.
Yep.
And this is your third series, is that right?
Fourth.
Fourth series. OK, this is Trinny and Susanna from their forthcoming series. And you be the judge. Let's see how they get on.
I'd like to go out with my friends and not feel like a dowdy old mother of three.
It's silly. This is twee. I don't like it. Those jeans are overpriced. It's like, get a f***ing life. You know, really it is. Wake up. Remember, you're a young woman. You should be sexy, trendy, and fun. You're not always this mother in front of three triplets.
You deal with
fashion on a daily basis, and I live in York. And
can I just say, don't use that one on us, honey, because we're not about fashion, Sarah. We're about finding clothes that suit you, maybe that take you a little bit out of that small little boxy world you've got into. Yes. I need to talk to you, okay? Because there's a part of you that is so scared of dressing differently. We want you to look your best, okay? And that's you've got to remember. That is our intention. It's never to make you look like a hooker.
She's happy with the end, yeah. Okay. But that is...
It was very tough. That was the toughest one. But I'll tell you what, with her, is she was 24, she had triplets, and she was acting like a woman of 40 because that's all she had in her life. And so she did use that thing of, you don't understand my world, you don't live my life. But what we do in this new show is we go and live their life. So I knew, I'd spoken to Carl, her husband, I knew what he was missing about her. I'd spoken to her mum, who thought, her mum thought she dressed like a hooker. I mean, you know, I spoke to a lot of people, so it was just like shaking her, saying, Sarah, you look great.
You're still a young woman, you can make more of yourself. Exactly. But is it not a case of you guys just wanting people to look the way you think they should look, rather than bring out the best?
We have been criticised about that in the past, and I think, to be fair, when it came to the end of the last series, What Not to Wear, when we were on BBC Two, we had got a little bit into that, but now I think all these women look very individual, and it's because, as Trinny says, we have spent a day in their lives. We know what their families are looking for, we know what their husbands are looking for, and it is about
Surely
dressing...
most husbands are looking for a basque and some high shoes.
Yeah, well, so we give them that.
Let me just say, this is a thing about an Englishman, because one thing we discovered on this show is how many Englishmen don't give their wives enough compliments, don't tell them how great they look. You know, this woman's husband didn't know her bra size, how many clothes she had, what she ever wore.
That's wrong. That's wrong.
That is wrong.
That's neglectful.
What's Jane's bra size?
36D.
No,
actually, no, she's been at that.
Wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I like her wearing small ones because they pop over the top. How do you know what size she is?
It's so obvious, you can tell. I mean, they are so much bigger than that. She must be a double F.
She does go up a bit. No, she's not a double F.
She is. Sure?
She's not. I wish she was a double F.
Okay, okay.
What?
Just compare with
Okay, I'll have a film.
Okay, how much...
Hold it, I can't...
How much bigger?
Okay, what do you think she is? Do you think she's bigger, Jane's
bigger or smaller than me?
Hold it.
Okay, let's not... Are you a or away front man?
Last week, Kim and Aggie. This week, this is quids in. Paul, I expect this when you come out as well. I do apologise for that, but I enjoyed that an awful lot, and I hope you did. Hey, it's 10:48. We've copped off.
Okay, so is she bigger or smaller?
She's bigger than you.
Exactly. I'm a double D.
You're a double D.
So she must be, you know...
Double E?
Double E, yeah.
She's not a double F. I'll check when I get home and I'll text you immediately.
B, don't you?
But you know, I don't mind. I don't mind a big lady or a small lady. I'll be just grateful for anything, especially when I was growing up. I'm not one of those sort of men. Please don't judge me unkindly. Knickers, I think the ladies should... I prefer... Well, look. Seriously, because this is a subject quite importantly. Magic knickers are wrong.
Why?
You like the stomach
no
over,
men
don't you?
want... I'll tell you why, because let's see, there's a picture in your book where you're saying before and after magic knickers, OK, and you're saying that's wrong and that's good. I don't think magic knickers make you look... Magic knickers make you look like you're sort of made of plastic, like you're some sort of a toy.
It depends if you want to have sex that night. That's the really dividing question, because if you're going to go, let's say you're a girl who goes for 2 dates before she has sex.
Yes.
The first date, the magic knicker. You feel sexy, so you act differently.
But
Second
I don't
date,
think...
maybe the lights need to be dimmed when you have sex, because maybe you don't want to show the flabs.
I think you've got an unhealthy body image. You have. There's nothing wrong with being... We're all like that. We've all got... Everyone's got cellulite, but women do spend a lot of their lives beating themselves up. Okay, about the way they look. Men do as well these days.
Yeah. It's so true. We try and take away that fear. Because there is so much pressure out there with the media.
Cast off your magic knickers.
No, well, yeah, you could do that.
Not now, obviously, not right now.
What the newspapers say, what magazines say, lose weight, take exercise, have plastic surgery. We're just
saying,
have a, you know, just put on a pair of magic knickers for the night.
But don't you find it? Yeah, but I mean, I can see your point to an extent. But don't you find it weird that we spend so much of our time saying, OK, this is the way I look. OK, this is the way I want to look. But knowing deep down, we're never going to look that way. We're not. And even that, no, you can't though, because when you see those people, and I've met most of them up close, they don't look like they look in the magazines. They don't look as glamorous. They don't look as impossibly gorgeous.
We're not even on the fringe of that, and that's the whole point about this show. We sort of uncover how women are emotionally and how clothes make them feel. okay? And we kind of reveal to them how they try and disguise their feelings by the way they dress. And it's so obvious.
When people are wearing the magic knickers, often their bodies don't look the same anyway, because you're all fat here, but your buttocks go into one big buttock.
I'm going to do an experiment. I am wearing magic knickers now. I'm going to go backstage, I'm going to take them off, and you see the difference.
Okay.
And I'll touch you.
I'm going to go and give her a hand.
The other thing is, and I know this sounds too deep and heavy for your show, but you've got one
Hang on a second, what you're talking about, this is known for its deep and heavy treatment of subjects.
All right, but you have one woman on our show called Penny,
Yeah.
all right? And Penny was in the menopausal show. And Penny had never, ever in her life felt attractive. She'd never worn a bra in her life. She had felt ugly her whole life. So she hadn't even bothered to compete as a woman with other women, okay?
Right, on that level.
On that level. And during the show, she was saying, I don't care how I look, I don't care about what I wear, but I think underneath it all, every woman does.
Okay, there are the magic knickers.
But, you know, turn around then, let's have a look. Right. Yeah, well, you see...
Okay, there's not that much difference, but I felt so much more secure.
But you look a lot better. Turn round, right, if you don't mind. I don't want to treat you like an object, but obviously, you know...
I set myself up
Look,
for it.
you've got a great set of buttocks there. That's a great set. That's a good behind. That's a lovely behind.
Yeah.
Jiggle, jiggle. That's what I'm talking about. That's what a man wants to see. But in your head, I know it's not just about what we want, because obviously your confidence, but if it's designed to kind of like feel feminine, that's feminine. Because my bum doesn't go like that.
It's not just about these knickers.
Can I look after those for you?
Look after them. Going back to this old woman, okay? It's about her feeling attractive. It's about her feeling attractive, and you do that with clothes. Magic knickers is one element of it. Okay, but it's saying, show off some of your figure, wear a bra, feel like a woman.
Feel like you are, you know, justifiably attractive. You are, you know, valued for your appearance as well.
Why shouldn't a woman have that right?
You know, I do admire you because, you know, you don't just give, you are happy to analyse yourself in the same way, and that, I think, is a real saving grace. And it certainly shows you in a very good light, I think. I know, not only in the TV series, but in the book as well.
Yeah.
And there are some photographs in which you say the best way to evaluate yourself, I believe, is to sort of strip yourself down and look at yourself.
Yeah.
In basic black, is that right, you say?
Yeah, we just did it in leotards because then you see our body shape.
And from that, you can work out what suits you, how to dress?
Well, you just work out, but like, if you look at that, that's me there, without heels on, without the right shapes. And it's different from the shape you'll see tonight. Okay, because that's me. I'm still a thin girl, but I'm a pear shape, so I carry my weight down here. All right, and I've got very stumpy, short legs. You know, I am 3 inches taller than Susanna, and my legs are shorter than Harris in that, okay? So it's basic proportions.
That's useful then, that you know what... But you do look so different tonight.
That
I know,
just
but look, I've
shows
got
what
heels
clothes
like
can
that
do for
on.
you.
Okay?
Heels and trousers.
I've got trousers on that are really wide here, so they balance out that. Even though I'm skinny, okay? All this stuff is being done so I don't look like that woman in the picture.
But you just learned this through trial and error, or...?
Yeah,
10 years.
We've dressed over 3,000 women. And we learn from the women we dress.
And
we learn from our mistakes.
When you look at your shape, so what suits your body shape then? Because you do look fabulous tonight.
Well, what
especially
I'm
with
wearing
the knickers off. Don't you love the fact we're sitting there, we know she's got no knickers on? Because normally, I guess, they don't bother wearing them on the show, but...
Yeah. No, I wear clothes to show off my shape, but that don't cling too much.
Okay. Well, I thought I'd do the same honesty thing as well, so I got hold of a black leotard, I stripped down. Now, what would suit my physique? Have a look at this. Now, what would suit me? Because I think I'm a fairly normal... For a man of my age, I think I'm a normal sort of shape there. I think, you know, yeah, I work out a little, you know, I look after myself, I do my Pilates.
I would just say that you maybe should just shave your head and get a tattoo and find your maleness again.
Do you think,
I mean, that is so... that hair...
You think I don't look masculine?
You look like a girl with that hair. You
I
should
could
shave it off
your hair.
and have maybe a little noddy tattoo or something.
But you see, the hair, I thought it made me look nice.
You never had short hair?
Yeah, no, but look, this is me with short hair.
OK, keep it long.
Keep
it long.
You don't want that bearing down at your bedtime, do you? This is my wife's request. She likes the longer hair. Okay. You know what? I do admire your honesty. I enjoy watching the shows, but I always admire the fact that you do put yourself on the line as well. And I think that's a huge kind of thing in your favour. Good luck with the new series.
Thank you.
I can't wait. It starts next Wednesday night, BBC One, What Not to Wear. Thank you so much for coming in. Great to see you. Trinny and Susanna, no. You can have them. But you do look lovely without them. Trinny and Susanna, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, that was lovely. Thank you so much. Magic knickers, bar. Thank you. I'll see you later. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said earlier, we do have some fantastic live music on this evening, and it's a real treat. He's going to do not one song, but two. He's going to do his brilliant new single coming up right now, and then later on he's going to do an oldie for us. Here he is, performing his new single, Radio. It is, of course, Mr. Robbie Williams.
You okay? I'll level with you. I'll level with you. It's scary back there. Really is. Yeah. I tell you, if you got one of those magic knickers and put it on the one with the nipples, I'd shag her. But if she put it over her head. Just expressing my opinion.
I think you pulled then.
I don't have to go sit in there again.
Yes, you do. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, doing his terrific new single Radio. It is Mr. Robbie Williams.
I'm attic, I feel it in the static. He lives in my basement. I can hardly face it. My performance is easy. I am the god of romance. In my confusion, I'll have the right to reign. He's stolen my Oscars. He trades on my jokes. He makes all my engines go He puts Bettany in the arsenal. Call me my fro. Divine retribution, and away we go. Something's happening, I can feel it. Moving out of time, you feel it. Forming in the way you feel it. Thumping, jumping, shout at something. Thumping, jumping, shout at something. Listen to the radio, and you will hear the songs you know. Make it ever best songs here.
Robbie Williams, and he will be singing at the end of the show again for you. Now, I'm sorry if I seem a bit tired this week on the show. I've been doing Wogan's morning show on Radio 2. I've been standing in for Wogan. He's away. They said he was doing golf. I think he's actually entered himself into the Paralympics. There's always one bloke who fakes it and then he gets in the Paralympics so he knows he won't win a medal any other way. And I've told Terry, just because you're getting big around the waist, that doesn't entitle you to an orange sticker in your car and you're not going to win at the javelin. Anyway, so I've been doing the show and I'll be honest with you, it's great fun doing it, but there are bits where it's quite dull, because when you're playing the records, if you're listening to the news, you know, you've heard the news 4 times that morning, it's a bit boring in there. You're just sitting in this old studio, nothing to do. But I learned something this week, which I think is quite phenomenal. I want to share it with you. Yeah, and you might not master this at home, but I'll show you this, and you can try it, but I'm telling you, it'll take you a while. It's a simple styrofoam cup. Now, when you're sitting in the radio station, you're bored, you know, you've got something like Robbie Williams singing, and you're joining on something telling us yesterday on the radio. You're giving it all of that, and then you, whoa, look, and you see you're hitting it as a drum, it goes over. Now, you think you might need to stop and pick it up again. Check this out. I've got the skills to pay the bills. That goes down. Oh! That was a bad cup. Get up, you. You still watching? Yeah! I tell you, in the morning, first time every time. It was fun. I thought, I can't wait to do this show. I might come back to this. That's not right. That's not right. Send Robbie home. We don't have time for the second number now. I'm going to get the cup up instead. What's blowing? Someone's blowing something. Who's got a fan? Look at that. Who's blowing this? Sabotage. Oh, you can do it. Don't go. Come back here. Oh, come back here. Come back. Come. Whoa, and look at that. Let's get our next guest out, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? He is the star of the new romantic comedy Wimbledon, which I think will be a huge smash hit over here and in the US. He's also a delightful fella. It is, of course, Mr. Paul Bettany.
New balls, please.
Well, I can only apologise. That was not a great piece of music.
It was terrible. Bless you. Can I make a few comments about the show so far?
Feel free.
Number one.
Number one.
Robbie Williams rocks.
Yeah.
Let's just make that clear.
Don't think we can't see you back there, Williams.
And number two, I just want to weigh in on this whole magic pants debate.
What do you think?
I don't wear magic pants,
no.
And I feel like a woman every night.
You actually do go commando, don't you?
I do, often, yeah. How do you know that? OK. Probably best not to go there.
Are you commando now?
I'm not, actually. I'm wearing a legitimate pair of underpants.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Welcome back on the show, Mr. Bettany. It was so much fun having you last time. I'm delighted you're back. Last time you came on, of course, Master and Commander was out.
Yes.
You were co-starring with Russell Crowe.
Yes.
You brought him along with you.
Yes.
This evening you're here, you don't need him anymore.
Ah, I see where you're going.
But you're dragging a scruffy plumber around with you.
In actual fact, Russell Crowe's in the movie. Yeah. At Wimbledon, he plays the 13-year-old ball boy. And I think it's a testament to his acting talents.
But no one's noticed.
That's not, no one's noticed.
But you are now, I think this marks you as a proper star now.
Does it? Okay. Well, that's lovely.
Because
Thank
Wimbledon, you've got your name above the title of the film.
Ah, it's a big thing. Yes,
that's the sign, isn't it?
That's, yes, my manager, who is back there, says that's a really big thing.
It is. It's a big sign. If you've got your name above the title, it means that you are probably more important to the discerning cinema-going public than the film itself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what it means. Now, have you changed as a result of this leap up the ladder of showbiz
success? Let me help you out. Success.
Yes.
Yes, I have. I have changed, and all my friends are enormously happy about it. I think that you know, because there was a worry. You know, I spoke to my mates, and they said, "Oh no, we're all hoping and pleading that you do change, that success does change you." So
why is that?
Well, I think I was probably a bit of an arse.
Oh, I see. So it's working in reverse now?
It's all working in reverse.
You're coming down.
Yeah.
You're living in New York at the moment, is that right?
Yes, kind of. I live there and we also have a place here.
I see. But now, would you move over here? Would you move back to the United Kingdom?
I'm trying to coerce my wife. I have a stepson who is 7 years old and he clearly has a father that isn't me, and he's a New Yorker, and so it's difficult. But whenever we do come over here, I pay a lot of money because my wife's. You have to understand, my wife's. Her frame of reference for London is things like Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
You know, so what
beautiful, picturesque, oldie worldy. Yeah.
Exactly. So I pay a lot of money to have sort of chimney sweeps coming up and going, cross my palm with silver.
But you were talking about your stepson, but you have a little baby as well, don't you?
Yeah, Stellan.
How are you finding fatherhood, having a new baby? How is that changing your life, and what's it like for you?
It's hard to be flip about. It's the most challenging experience of my life, but I will try and be flip about it because of the nature of the show. I suppose it's a little akin to doing drugs because you know, you smell bad, you get no sleep, and you spend all your money on them. You know, so it's the same. It's the same sort of thing.
Is it even harder to wean yourself off of?
I thought you were going to... I don't wean my baby. No. My wife does because I can't lactate. Yeah. And I've tried.
I have heard that men occasionally, some men have lactated.
It's absolutely true. Given the right vitamins.
What an incredible thing that would be.
Wouldn't it be brilliant? Because then you wouldn't have to deal with nappies.
Yeah, but also you wouldn't need to pay for milk.
Good point.
Just squirt on your Cocoa Pops in the morning, bingo.
That's a really repulsive thought.
Yeah, it is quite unpleasant. Have you tried breast milk? Well, I mean, recently, not when you were a baby, obviously.
It would be inelegant of me to go into that subject.
That's a yes, then. Wimbledon is out now.
Yes.
I saw the movie, I enjoyed it very much indeed. It's a charming romantic comedy.
God bless you.
You're very good in it. I do like your movies, generally, you know that.
Thank you so much.
Kirsten Dunst is lovely in it, of course.
Yeah.
I think she's a really tremendous young actress, isn't she?
She's really good at it.
Let's talk about your tennis playing in the film, shall we, Paul?
Oh, right, OK.
Because I'm something of an expert on tennis.
Oh, right.
And, you know...
Yeah, now, at this moment, I just want you to know that I did the John McEnroe show recently, so I cannot be more humiliated by this experience, just if you're going to try.
Because he had a talk show, and I don't know if he's still got it in the States, is that right?
He has, yeah.
John McEnroe, who's, of course, we know best at the moment over here. I mean, obviously, is one of the greatest players who ever lived, but he does the commentating at Wimbledon for us. And you have him in the movie doing the commentating for Wimbledon, and he's not terribly good at being himself in the film.
Well, it would be difficult for me to go into that.
I love it when you're uncomfortable.
Yeah, I know, you love it, don't you? Yeah. That's why you do it so often. I think he's marvellous in the movie. You
Okay. All right, we'll move on from him.
Okay.
Do you want to see my trick with a cup?
Yes. No, I don't. I can't believe that you spent so much time doing
that. Well, because what's wrong with you? You've got nowhere else to go. Look. Look, now look.
Okay.
If I...
Oh. It's just... Leave it. Leave it.
Don't touch your what? What's wrong with you?
Please. This is... It's a showbiz disaster.
Anyone got a cup on them? If that worked, it would have been a... Well, because it worked earlier, Paul.
It worked earlier, yes, I know.
You're saying you didn't like it. When you go home, what are you
going to tell... If it happened, I would have really respected you, but it didn't. Let's move on.
Because you just crushed the cup.
I'm so sorry.
All right, let's move on.
OK.
But your tennis playing isn't bad.
Thank you.
And, you know, it's quite convincing. I mean, it didn't feel to me like watching Wimbledon, and, of course, that's not a criticism of the movie, because it's never going to feel the same. But certainly, you know, it's a credible performance you put in as a player.
Thank you very much.
Did you play before the game?
No, I had never played in my life, and it was a mixture of ignorance and arrogance that got me through the whole thing. Because then you do go and see these people play, and...
Unbelievable.
Roger Federer, he can hit the ball quite hard.
He is remarkable, isn't he?
And it's a bit like saying, I'd love to play Rudolf Nureyev, how long do I have to learn ballet?
Yeah, I'll give you 2 weeks.
But I did some research into this, knowing that you were going to do this segment, and don't you play against Ricky Chavez?
Ricky Gervais, yes. Yeah. Ricky Gervais sounds like a Mexican.
Same.
Ricky, I'm coming round to play the tennis. Batches? We don't want just stinking batches.
Is he a great... Is he a great tennis player?
No.
No, I thought so. So that's who you play against?
Yeah, but I beat him.
Oh, OK. Because I played against Pat Cash for 6 months and I won 2 points.
If you won 2 points with Pat Cash, that's pretty good. That is pretty good.
I'm proud of myself.
So how
one that was legitimate, the other one came off the edge of the racket.
So how much work do you put into learning something like that? Because I would have thought that's part of the fun of doing what you do, isn't it?
No, it is.
So how long? How much time?
I did 6 months of tennis.
Right. Wow, that's a long time, actually.
It's a long time, but, you know, actors moan on about how difficult it is. Frankly, you're being paid a lot of money, and then they give you Pat Cash to teach you how to play tennis. It's a bit of a privilege.
Let's have a look at you in action, then. This is Paul in action in Wimbledon. Don't be like that. You love watching yourself. Don't pretend you don't.
No, but you're going to analyse my tennis.
No, I'm not going to analyse my tennis. No. Just relax and enjoy yourself on screen, like the rest of us. You're a very fine, very handsome young man.
I love you.
This is Paul in action in Wimbledon. Have a look at this.
Peter Colt was once a rising star.
Once ranked 15th in the world, are you?
11th, actually.
Who never rose to the top.
That's Peter Colt, once ranked 17th in the world.
11th! I'd like to announce my retirement from...
It's Jake!
...tennis.
He's about to meet someone who knows what it takes to win.
Hit this one, and I'll sleep with you.
Ow!
Too bad. You could have used the workout.
This time, the guy everyone counted out.
Go out there and decide who you are.
Who might that be?
Might be a winner.
Incredible! This is the first seeded player he's defeated in 2 years.
Is now the guy everyone's talking about.
She makes a decision, she goes for it.
You know the entire United Kingdom is cheering you on.
Feeling so great. You just have to...
Keep winning. It's when your heart's really in it that you play your best. And for one moment, the world is yours for the taking.
I don't think you're quite following through enough there. You want to snap it.
Do you know, you're right.
Snap it.
I'm also a bit early to rush to the net.
I think, does that open this Friday? Is it out already?
Yes,
it opens
this Friday. Go and see it and make me repulsively successful.
Wimbledon opens this Friday. Go and see it. I went in. It's one of those movies. You go in. It's a romantic comedy. You come out feeling a lot happier, a lot nicer than you went in there. I don't think you can say something nicer about a film than that.
Bless you.
Do you keep up with the tennis though? Are you still playing now?
No, I broke my racket on the last day and refused to play until it came out. The reason being that once I made that promise to myself, it stopped people like you saying, let's have a little knock-up in front of cameras, and which would have been humiliating.
We could have got the swing ball out.
We could
have got it gently.
We could have.
But do you play it for pleasure now?
Yeah, I will do. I'm with my wife.
Because if you got that good at something, you know, I would have thought you'd want to keep it up.
Yeah, you do. I haven't kept up. In a film, I had to learn to play the cello. I haven't kept that up, but this is something that I will.
Who wants to play the cello?
Nobody does.
Even cellists don't want to play the cello.
It's a stupid instrument. It's got no frets. What's the point?
It's never going to be hip.
It's never going to be hip.
Okay, that was for Master and Commander, wasn't it? Yeah. Let's talk about what you're doing next. You're going to be working with Harrison Ford. Is this right?
Yeah, I'm going to make a thriller called The Wrong Element, and Harrison Ford plays the goody, and I imagine The Wrong Element.
I don't think that's a good title for a film.
Okay.
It makes me think of kettles and the element in the kettle, and you think, how dramatic is this going to be? Who's got a kettle with the wrong element in it? Where's the drama?
We'll find it. Richard Longcrane, who made this movie, is going to direct it, so maybe he'll change the whole plot. We could talk.
So you're with Harrison Ford?
Yes.
You're buddies in this, or you are protagonists?
We hate each other in it.
Okay. Are you the bad guy?
I'm the bad guy.
Right, I don't like to hear this.
I'm sorry.
Because A, you're a nice man. I don't think you should be the bad guy. 2, I'm tired of American films immediately casting British people as the bad guys.
It's to do with the whole War of Independence thing, I believe.
Yeah, but screw that. What about South Africans or Australians? Why not go there first?
Do you know what? I've never played... I used to play bad guys here.
Yeah.
And over there I play sort of... Well, I mean, if you look at Beautiful Mind, I play Leo Sayer.
Yeah.
Frankly. They gave me a perm. But I play good blokes over there, usually.
Yeah, but you're playing a villain over here. Just because you're British.
I know.
Well, that's wrong.
I'm sorry.
Do him with a slight Australian accent.
I will.
OK?
I promise.
How's your Australian? Let's hear a bit.
I'm not going to do
Come
that.
on!
No.
Paul, what's
pay
wrong
me
with
money.
You? What's wrong with you not doing a bit?
All right, mate.
No. I don't think your heart was in that.
It wasn't, was it?
Ladies and gentlemen, Wimbledon's great fun. Paul, of course, is charming in it. Please do come back on when you've defeated Harrison Ford. Paul Bettany, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Great. And I don't resent you for the cut. Off you go. No, don't worry. Thank you, Paul. What a lovely man. I'm a bit worried that maybe I'm having... I thought I dealt with it, but I thought maybe I'm having a midlife crisis. Because I'm working for Radio 2 anyway, but I was doing the Saturday show and I used to kid myself, well, that's still kind of hip, you know, you do what you want. Now I've been standing in on the breakfast show, you know, and it's very mainstream and, you know, I'm enjoying it, I'll be honest with you. And here's the clincher that worried me. Without thinking, the other day, I bought myself a pair of leather trousers. Okay, now, I bought the leather trousers without actually trying them on. Bit of a mistake. It's from one of my favourite designers, it's Vivienne Westwood, and I just ticked the box. I said, I'll have a pair of them when they come in. They sent them over to me. So I got home, rushed upstairs to try them on. Hadn't really thought about what I was getting myself into. I got them here. Look, they're kind of like... they're a bit gay, no offence, men, and they're also a bit young for me, I feel, because they're trousers, but they've got a built-in pouch. Look at that. They didn't tell me about that. It's like a little sack, and then there's... Don't, they're meant to be sexy. And then this bit goes around the back of your legs. Look at that. You put your little legs in there. So I popped them on at home and did them up the front, but I didn't realise you've got to lace up the back. And I couldn't lace up the back. And I went downstairs, and the only person in the house, because my wife was out, was my wife's dad. And we're in the front room, and he's doing up my... and I'm naked from behind down there. My daughter walks in. It's hard to explain what's going on. Have a look. This is... look, there you see, they're the trousers. Turn me round. Check it out. Now, they're kind of low hung. They're like low slung ones. Yeah, you see? Now, you know, and you might think, well, that's quite daring, but then I turn up Radio 2, Steve Wright and Johnny Walker wearing the very same ones. Shall we get our final guest out before we have some more music from Robbie? Ladies and gentlemen, she is one of the greats. It is Cybill Shepherd.
You saw me standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own.
Whoa, look at this, here we go. Oh, I've got a bad ankle, come on.
You know what, David Letterman, they told me that about him once.
Well,
just as I was going on. No, they said, don't hug
Don't hug David Letterman, why
too
not?
hard, because he's got a bad shoulder or something.
You think he really had a bad shoulder, or was he kind of phobic of being hugged?
Maybe I hugged too hard.
Some people... well, you're quite strong.
Yes, I'm a bit strong.
I like the whole Mandarin look you got going on here.
Well, yeah, I like a little contrast in things.
You look lovely.
These are my lucky boots.
Well, I'm glad to hear it, because there's no other good reason for wearing them with that top, really, is
Well, you never know when you're going to want to chase someone down.
there? Well, they're pretty... I bet they're comfy, aren't they?
Well, they're pretty comfy, yeah. They're pretty. I like them a lot because I wore them a lot when I played Martha Stewart.
Now, Martha Stewart, we don't really know over here that much.
I don't care. Let's change the subject. Let me just whack your hand gently. It'll
Why?
be fun.
There.
See, I can do this too. No, it's like being knighted.
Not really.
Yeah, just relax. Just relax.
All right. Yeah. 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 You know
what a boat does when it comes into the dock?
Boop, boop.
You know what else
No.
a boat does when it comes into the dock?
No, but I'm getting a bit scared. I wish I knew more about boats right now.
It ties up.
Do you want to see my trick with a cup?
Please spare me.
All right, hang on.
I find
Hang
you
on with your lucky
enormously
boots.
attractive.
You
I
find
find
me-
you enormously
Do you
attractive.
really?
Yeah. I really do, and that's why I have my fan. I'm just getting a little. I feel the heat from you. I feel the heat from you.
Are you still what we would term a goer? Do you have that phrase in America?
Goa.
A goa.
Does that mean intercourse or something like that, or outer course?
Well, if you must
or...
take all the magic out of it, yeah, I suppose it does.
Well, I like outer course and intercourse, if that's what you mean.
What's outer course?
Everything that isn't intercourse.
Cybill's in town because she has a one-woman show here in London called, and it's based on your autobiography, isn't it?
Yes, my memoir, Cybill Disobedience.
No, I read your book a couple of years ago, which I really enjoyed. 'Cause it came out a while back, didn't it? Cybill Disobedience.
Yeah.
What I was struck by was just how amazingly frank it was.
Yes, I mean, there's no point in writing a book if you're not going to tell the truth. My mother said to me, Cybill, are you going to write about sex on every single page? And I said, of course I am, Mother. Otherwise, people would be disappointed. I had to talk about sex because I had so many bad ideas about it.
Yeah.
And then it felt so good, and then I did a lot of terrible things. And
So you mean when you were
lied,
growing
cheated.
up, you were told that it wasn't so much fun?
I was told that it's not fun at all. Don't do it until you're married, and whatever you do, don't talk about it.
Okay. Is it true your parents used to nail your windows shut
Well,
so
my
you
father
couldn't go
did.
out?
He nailed my window shut, and I said, "But Daddy, what if there's a fire?" He said, "That's not the putting out I'm worried about." You remind me of someone that I think is very sexy.
A young Cary Grant?
You know what? Well, I don't want to tell you. I'm embarrassed.
Who do I look like? No, seriously.
I mean, because I think he's very sexy.
Who's that? Well,
but
of
it might
course.
embarrass you.
Well, no, it won't embarrass me, of course. Who do you think it is?
Mr. Bean? No, I knew you'd be upset, but I think he's so... I could just cuddle him up and just fold him in two and just take him home.
I think that's all we've got time for, I'll be honest with you. So when you look back on your period like that, when you're writing a book like this, are you comfortable being that frank? I mean, do you not worry what your kids might think? Or...
Oh, no, it's horrible. It's excruciating, the anxiety. It's an adult book. It's not for children. But there was no point in doing it without telling the truth about sex. Because sex is... I just got really screwed up in a lot of ways about sex. And I lied and lied about everyone so I could have more sex with other people. And I hurt a lot of people, and I got hurt myself. And I wanted, you know, I mean, a lot of my book signings, men and women, fathers and mothers would bring their teenage daughters up and say, should she read it? And I say, if she's 15 or older, yes. Maybe they'll learn something from my mistakes.
Let's talk about some of your movies, because, I enjoyed the book. We could talk about that for hours, but we don't have time. Some of your films I've just adored, okay? I'm thinking in specific, there's two that I really love. One's The Last Picture Show, the other's Taxi Driver.
Thank you very much.
And let's talk about Taxi Driver, because working with De Niro at that stage and Scorsese, they weren't really that established then, were they? I mean, that was their first big movie for them.
Right, they done Mean Streets, and I saw that, and then Marty Scorsese called my agent and said, do you know of a Cybill Shepherd type? And she said, oh, how about the real thing? And then she told me before I went into the meeting, she said, now Cybill, don't talk, don't make jokes. Wear makeup and do your hair. And I did, and I got the part.
Because why? Were you going in, presenting yourself in the wrong way?
Well, I was trying to be funny for a long time. And a lot of times it wasn't funny.
What was it like working with De Niro then? Because he's someone who...
Well, I had watched him in Mean Streets. So I knew that he was a master of underacting. So I just underacted, and we talked. Scorsese's a big Hitchcock fan. I knew Hitchcock. And Hitchcock said, don't put a lot of scribble on your face. So that's what I told Marty, and so from then on, the only direction he ever gave me was do less than that, even less, even less.
So keep it really small.
But I missed a chance with De Niro, because he asked me out for barbecue, and I really thought he was very attractive. But unfortunately, I had another lover flying in that night. He said, oh, who is that, Peter Bogdanovich, who I was supposed to be living with?
And it was?
No.
Who was it? Someone else?
It was someone else.
Yeah, and here's the thing. This is like the reverse of the normal show, because normally I'm the one trying to talk about sex all the time. And people are going, well, here, it's the other way around. I'm trying to talk about movies, and you're dragging about the people you've screwed.
No, I didn't screw him.
Well, yeah, but you were talking about that kind of in a roundabout way. You were thinking about it.
I was really sorry. I wanted to dump that guy, the other guy, but he's already on a plane.
But surely an opportunity like that doesn't come up that often.
What?
De Niro.
De Niro doesn't come up that often?
Yeah. And so you should have grabbed it with both hands and made the most of it.
I know, I blew it.
Let's, because, you know, there is a real chemistry between the two on screen. I know, obviously, the characters are, but there is, you can really sense it, I think.
It was a wonderful experience.
It's a fantastic film. Let's have a look. This is a clip of Cybill in action in Taxi Driver.
Where are you going?
I have to leave now.
Why?
I don't know why I came in here. I don't like these movies.
Well, I mean, I didn't know that you'd feel that way about this movie. I don't know much about movies, but if I had
Is the only kind of movies you go to?
Well, yeah, I mean, I come and this is not so bad.
Taking me to a place like this is about as exciting to me as saying, let's...
There are other places I can take you. Plenty of other movies I can take you to. I don't know much about them, but I can take you to other places.
Which is different.
Wait a second.
I have to go. I gotta go now.
Wait a second. I want to talk to you.
Look,
Don't just
I have to go.
Wait a second.
Taxi?
Can I talk to you at least? I mean, weren't you at least talking? I didn't know you... Look, won't you take the record?
I've already got it.
But please, I bought it for you, Betsy.
Thanks, now I've got two. Let's go.
Can I call you? Jesus Christ, I got a taxi.
I love that film. That is such a great film.
He gave me, I think, one of the greatest entrances in a film ever to the Bernard Herrmann. It was the last score he ever did.
Yeah.
And I wore the same dress, though, as I did in the film, my second film, The Heartbreak Kid. Nobody ever noticed.
Let's talk about your TV career then, because your movies are terrific, but I think probably most people in this country came to know you for Moonlighting, because that was such a big hit, and it was such a kind of, when you're seeing a regular shot there, it's a real part of the landscape. Did you get on well with Willis throughout the filming of that?
Oh, yeah. You know, when he walked in the room, and he, you know, on his first time I met him, and he walked around and said hello to everybody else and came to me last, I was already like...
Because he was a very good-looking boy.
He never spoke to me. Is that a sign of I picked the wrong man? But anyway, no, I picked the wrong man.
But you got on, but you got, there was once
Listen,
again...
for 2 weeks, we got along great. We almost did it.
Yeah.
And we stopped. It was terrible. I mean, he came to my apartment with a bottle of Jim Beam or something like that. And I said, you know, maybe we shouldn't do this because we may work together for a long time. He said, let's have a drink and talk about it. Yeah. So we talked about it for a while, and we got in this one of those lazy boy chairs. He was on top and I was on the bottom, and we're all like, you know, clothes are undone, things are flying, it's getting hotter and hotter, and all of a sudden he pushes up on his arm and says, you know, maybe you're right, we shouldn't go through with this. I could have killed him.
Yeah. Did he do that on purpose, do you think? Do you think he had a plan? Do you think that was like, I will keep her on edge and I will...
Well, generally speaking, it's much better for chemistry on film if you haven't had sex with the person.
That's what I keep telling them.
Actually, when Bruce and I had to kiss on stage, it was disgusting. He would just ram he had his camel tongue down my throat. I was just going to be like...
And did you respond in any way or just
Well, recoil? I couldn't. I could barely breathe.
Would you do a reunion if they said, let's do another Moonlighting, let's do a special, see where the characters are now? Because I think people would like to see that.
Oh, God, I'd love to. I mean, there's a whole zine on the internet. They're constantly pushing for this. And I heard 10 months ago he was doing a concert, and he said, you know, I'd do a movie of Moonlighting if Glenn Gordon Caron would write it. And so I guess we're waiting for Glenn Gordon Caron because I'd do it. I think it'd be a shame not to do it.
Let's have a look. This is Cybill and Bruce way back when. I think this is the pilot episode. I don't know if you've seen this recently of you in Moonlighting. Look at this.
Now, are you calm?
I'm calm.
You don't look very calm.
I'm calm and I understand.
The muscles in your face look tight.
I'm calm.
You look like you have a Charlie horse in your cheek.
I'm calm.
I'm gonna take you at your word, then. I'm gonna untie you now. Ah, Maddie, que sera, sera. What will be, will be. Like it or not, it's you and me, kid.
That's how you throw a real punch.
Did you enjoy it? You must have enjoyed making that show.
Oh, I absolutely did.
Yeah.
And it was very traumatic, but it was all worth it. Every second.
Yeah.
And it still stays fresh.
Yeah, it was a huge hit. I wish they'd repeat it. It was so much fun to watch. I remember loving it when it first came out.
I think it ran as long as it should, though, because, you know, just because something, you know, runs for 10 seasons and makes everybody enormously wealthy, that's not everything.
Yeah, no, you don't want to outstay your welcome. Although, try asking me again in 5 years and I'll probably disagree that I ever said that. Cybill is here in London. You can see the stage show based on her remarkable book. It's called Civil Disobedience. It's at the Soho Theatre in London.
Soho Theatre, yes.
And it opens the 27th of September, I believe.
And it closes October 9th.
Well, maybe it'll be extended.
I hope not.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Cybill Shepherd. Thank you, Cybill. Cybill Shepherd, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Cybill. Well, my thanks to Trinny and Susanna, Paul Bettany, and of course the one and only Cybill Shepherd. Join me next week where my guests will be fantastic Brit actors Ewan McGregor and Charlie Borman. We've got Oscar winner Geoffrey Rush on the show, and young Blue Eyes herself, Nancy Sinatra, will be chatting and singing, and we have even more music from Swedish sensations The Hives. But now, here he is, performing once again for you the song Angels, Mr. Robbie Williams.
sit and wait. Does an angel contemplate my fate? And do they know the places where we go when we're gray and old? 'Cause I've been told that salvation lets their wings unfold. So when I'm lying in my bed, thoughts running through my head, and I feel that love is dead, and through it, oh, she offers me protection, a lot of love and affection. Whether I'm right or wrong, down the waterfall, wherever it may take me, I know that life won't break me. When I come to call, she won't forsake me. This time, ready? When I'm feeling weak and my pain walks down the one-way street, I look above and I know I'll always be blessed with love. As the feeling grows, she breathes flesh to my bones. When love is dead, I'm loving angels instead. And through it, oh, she offers me protection, a lot of love and affection. Whether I'm right or wrong, down the waterfall, wherever it may take me, I know that life won't break me. When I come to call, she won't forsake me. I'm loving angels instead.
Well done.
Thanks very much, everybody. Drive safely. Bye now.
Robbie Williams. Thank you. Lovely band.
And if you missed Jonathan presenting the Radio 2 Breakfast Show this week, you can listen again. Visit the website at bbc.co.uk/Radio 2. Defending his title, the WBC #1 is in action next on BBC One.
It's Children in Need's 25th birthday this year, and Ozzy is going to raise a fortune by not using any swear words for 24 hours.
No swear words. You gotta be joking. I'm Ozzy, the Prince of Darkness. They expect me to swear.
So that's why we're having a big party for Pudsey instead.
Call 0845 607 3333 for packets full of fundraising ideas. Swearing not being one of them.
My name is Paul.
Tina.
Andy Pandy.
I'm not running the Great North Run for 2 reasons. One, because 7 years ago I had leukemia. And I was diagnosed with breast
Cancer.
And 2, to break my own record.
I've been training pretty hard.
I haven't done enough.
Can you see how unfit I am? Achievement for a horse.
I'm hoping to raise £500 million. Sky's the limit. And that money will go to help.
Raise a smile. The Great North Run.
49,000 different stories.
One race.
Sunday morning from 9:30 on BBC One and BBC Radio 5 Live.